Surprise everybody and welcome to a new episode of Surprise Guest with Pia Arcangel, where you might have guessed it, each and every episode is one big surprise. Coming into this interview, wala akong idea kung sino ang ating guest. Okay, first clue. Isa sa mga nauna at idolo ng mga bago, isang mahusay na makata. Poet bang ating natin? Pero kung minsan ay pilyo, minsan naghahanap ng pangit at nahirapang maging pogi. Parang alam ko na, naging DJ, artista, at ngayon may record label na pagmamayari. Meron siyang 32 blockbuster movies and 19 platinum album awards. I'm thinking, ang surprise guest natin for today is Andrew E. Yes!
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Sir Andrew E. Oh my gosh, we have a legend with us on the show today. Thank you for surprising us today.
Hi, Pia. Thank you.
Dead giveaway kasi yung parang kahit walang ibang isamang words sa pangit tsaka sa pogi, lagay mo lang yung words na yun doon. Andrew E. na yung top of mind na iisipin.
Doon sa clue na pangit, nahirapan sila. Doon sa pogi, nadalian sila.
Oh, actually, na-confuse ako doon. Pero nung sinabi pogi, ayun, eto na, yun na yun. It's because, syempre, those words are so associated with the song Humanap Ka ng Pangit. Especially for someone from my generation. Kasi high school pa lang kami, sikat na yung kanta. And that song has really stood the test of time. Because even my daughter knows that song. Grabe.
Oh, wow.
It's so cool to have you on the show. I actually just saw you on Family Feud. And I was telling my husband, Andrew E. has a concert coming up. Tama, di ba? Because you were there in the show and you mentioned that you have a concert coming up.
And I enjoyed the show and munti kaming manalo, but that's all right.
But when is the concert?
11 December. So it's so monumental for me because it's going to be my very first in all those 34 years for me in the industry. It's my first solo major concert. So, I've done so many things in my career, and yet I forgot doing one thing, which is like do a solo concert. So here it is for the crowd and for the madla, coming up this December 11 at the New Frontier Theater, produced by Ticket One. I had a super special guest coming in with me, one of which is, of course, the main girl, Miss Regine Velasquez. Yes.
Oh.
Not only that, Miss Heaven Peralejo. Yes. And
Wow.
of course, Concert King Martin Rivera will be there. And of course, Enigma, the Flip Top Master, will be there.
Wow! Actually, I can't believe that this is your first concert. Akala ko nga nung una,
Me
parang
too.
tama ba yung dinig ko? Ang tagal-tagal na ni Andrew E. and this is his first solo concert.
Yeah.
Did you really just forget about it? Sabi mo parang in all your years, that's the one thing you forgot to do along the way. How does somebody forget to have a solo concert?
That's like half joke, but it's half true. I forgot about it because I was, preoccupied with strengthening my name and solidifying my name in the industry. Because at that time, 34 years ago, di ba, I came from nowhere. I had no celebrity links. I have no, connections and all that. I tried auditioning my very best. And when I first had a taste of what it is to be like in the industry, syempre my main goal at the time and to the succeeding years will be solidifying my name. Ang nangyari, na-preoccupied ako sa kagaganon. Solidify your name as a rapper, then came like a year after as a movie actor, then came years after as a entertainer, and then years came after, doing all things. At that time, ang uso at the time is first, introduce yourself to a major concert, to a major solo concert, before you get spread out sa buong industry. Yun talaga ang the usual norm. But now, syempre, with social media and all, wala na yon. Wala na yung notion na yon. So, burado na yon. And yet, I thought of like putting it back because I remember, hey, I've done a lot of things, pero what? I've never done this thing. So, kaya? If there comes along a producer offering me something like that, giving me the whole freedom and the whole 9 yards of how to create the entertainment, then I will join that producer and be a part of his production. So it happened with Ticket One, under Jonathan Lee. So thank you so much, Mr. Jonathan Lee, for the the acceptance and at the same time, the chance to do it with you.
Oh, this must be so exciting kasi syempre, I mean, when somebody has been in any particular field or industry as long as you have, na sabi mo nga, more than 30 years, parang you always look for new things to do to excite you, diba? And of course, to
Yeah.
excite your fans and your audience as well.
Kaso, my fans are so old to be excited with that
Ouch!
thing,
Teka, kasama
know?
ko dun.
But then again, the preference of doing this would be, the real, true fans, where I would love to show my appreciation, my true and genuine appreciation for them, because all along the years they're here, they still appreciate me, and at the same time, they really do like my music, and they really do support all my endeavors. So, for them, I would love to share this effort also and entertain them. And not only that, for the new generations naman, for me to be recognized and at the same time to be appreciated also. Kasi, syempre, the now generation, sa Metro Manila, wala namang festivity and all that. Sa
Okay.
probinsya, meron a lot, But now, the now generation sticks to the, having it at home with Spotify, they own a cell phone and all that. They hear you as a rapper, but they really don't know you as a performer.
Oo.
So that's why this is my golden chance of elevating myself to a level where in which I could be a performer to their ears and at the same time to their eyes.
Oh, so parang complete experience talaga yon. Well,
Yeah.
speaking
Yeah.
of your music, when we think of Andrew E., really one of the first songs that will come to mind then and now would still be Humanap Ka ng Pangit, di ba?
Mhm.
Can you tell us, ano ba yung kwento nung kantang yun? Ikaw po ba yung nagsulat nun? Or did it come to you spur of the moment? Paano ba yon? Yung mga characters doon, yung mga taga San Lorenzoville, totoo ba yon?
Ako ba nagsulat? Yes. Yung bang concept na yon galing sa akin? No. Galing yon sa situation where kumuha ako ng exam sa Subic, and then sa Subic, I failed the test. I was not accepted. But there was an incident in Subic that made me think about the title. There was a drunk person in between me going to the motel. So, nung nakita ko yung mama nakaharang, ginalaw ko siya because we can't pass through. He hit me at the back. So, my feel was, nagalit siya dahil ginalaw ko siya. But hindi pala siya nagalit, kundi winarningan niya ako, or sinabihan niya ako na, hey, tignan mo yung lalaki, humanap siya ng pangit. Nung narinig ko yon, suddenly my mind was like in turbulence of thinking something na, ngayon ko lang narinig to And then, nung narinig ko yon, then that's the time na parang na-appreciate ko yung situation. I identified with that kind of idea. Why? Kasi all throughout my attempt to get into the showbiz, or lahat ng inaddressan kong mga auditions or games or I don't know, I failed drastically because I don't have that good looks. So, going back to Manila on a bus, sinulat ko yung lyrics.
Wow! Okay, ganun pala yun. I never knew the story behind that. Doon pala nag-umpisa. Pero lahat ng characters doon, parang figment of the imagination na lang din. Or may mga pinagbasihan din ba? In all your songs, yung mga ganyan?
Unang-una kasi, ako yung mismong nakakadanas ng mga lyrics na yun. So, it is not very strange to me. Each and every line that I dish out is always a little bit, 99% pertaining to what I saw, what I did, what happened to me, and what transpired during my teenage life. So, ibig sabihin, hindi na strange sa akin yung mga sinasabi ko doon. So, they asked me, did you relate to that song just because relatively you can relate to it? Sabi ko, no. It's not just that. It's more than that. It was my life.
Oh,
It was
wow.
like I get rejected in all sorts of things. So once you experience that in your life, it's easy for you to dish out those lyrics. Napakadali na nun. Walang iniwan niya sa isang factory worker na araw-araw ginagawa niya yung product. Kahit pumikit siya, he or she can do the product by himself.
Was that your first hit song, yung Humanap Ka ng Pangit?
Yeah.
Nagulat ka ba dun sa reaction ng mga tao?
There were two reactions. One was the countrywide reaction. Why? Because it was introduced as a new song for 1991, New Year's Eve. So like, it was played on the radio 1990, December 31. Sa lubong ng year, a radio station or a DJ will play a new song, right? But ang hindi ako accustomed is to hear my own song.
Okay.
It was a tremendous feeling. It was so big, I can't imagine and I can't digest for myself. But the other day, I introduced it on the same night, when I wrote it. At that time, it was June 30, okay? June 30 of 1990. That was the day when I did my entrance exam for the U.S. Navy in Subic. I was a DJ in Euphoria every week, right?
Really? Okay.
So I tried to memorize that song, like one or two verses, and then tried it on the same night, same day, na pumasok ako as a DJ. And it was whole jam-packed at that time. Kung hindi ako nagkakamali, our company rented Euphoria at that time. It was so jam-packed, wall-to-wall, the crowd. So I go like, this is the perfect timing for me to dish up this song. So I would know and I would feel how the people will react if they hear this kind of song, right?
Oh.
So, okay, sabi ko sa co-DJ ko, play a beat. And then nag-play siya ng beat, but not the original now because at the time wala pa akong beat, right? So nag-play siya ng beat, generic beat, and then a slow one like that. I was proud. I was so proud, so happy. But you know what happened? All the jam-packed people from the dance floor disappeared.
Oh, bakit? As in, they
Kasi
stopped.
I never knew and realized that I forgot they were paying 500 pesos to enter Euphoria to find good-looking girls and guys. I forgot about that. And ako, here comes me, I mean like, hey. No. This guys, no. So, they got mad. Lahat nag-alis sa dance floor. So, yung pinaka-boss ko, yung floor director or floor manager, sabi sa akin, go down. So, inano niya ako ng penalty, which is 50 pesos per night. Every time na mawawala ang crowd sa Euphoria, when I'm on the mic, it's 50 pesos penalty for me.
Oh, talaga? May ganun pala yun?
But at that time, it was double because jam-pack kasi.
Oh, tapos
Jam-pack
nawala
yung
sila
crowd.
lahat.
And then nawala yung crowd. So that's 100 pesos for me penalty. And I was so electrified. Nakuryente ako, nagulat ako, and I don't know what to and how to react. But I was contemplating of saying to myself and telling myself, parang baka may mali ba ako nasabi? But then again, after a few hours, I go, oh yeah, I'm in Euphoria, I forgot. Puro mga mayayaman pala nandirito at saka puro mga alta sosyudad. So what I did, the next day, Andrew E. was on revenge mode. Okay? Kasi 100 pesos ang nawala sa akin, right?
Oo.
And my salary at the time was just 2,000 pesos. I need revenge, So the next day, I came to Euphoria, no person, no people, no nothing. It was just me and the technician, okay? Sabi ko, kapatid, huwag mo na buksan yung aircon. I'm just here to practice. Kunyari lang yun. Parang i-report niya kasi yun, ba't ako nandun right? So kunyari lang yun, for here to practice, okay. Pero hindi niya alam, may dala-dala akong food, doon ako magla-lunch, as early as 1 o'clock. Di ba, ang work ko is 10 o'clock in the PM.
Oo, gabi pa.
But, gabi pa. But 1 o'clock, nandun na ako, Pia. 1 o'clock. So, andun ako, all alone, me, myself, and my baon, and in my iced tea at the time, and my pad, and my pen. I wrote on that day, Andrew Ford Medina.
Oh, this is Anna, this is Karen, this is Tanya, this is Jill.
Now, it was an inverted song.
Oh.
To do revenge on the night that I got penalized. Sabi ko, okay, this is it. Guess what? Last night. And then Mercedes-Benz. And then, San Lorenzo. I'm dropping all the names that will really generate more hype for me come MC time, right? So, nung nagawa ko yung kanta, memorized it again the whole afternoon. And on that night, I dished out Andrew Ford Medina. Believe me, it was, again, there was a jam-packed crowd again. Sabi nga nung, like maybe feeling ng boss ko, ang tibay ng loob nito kakape-penalty lang. Akit na naman sa stage, di ba? So, bigla akong kapatid, bigyan mo ako ng beat, yung ganito yung speed. Okay, binigyan niya ako, like 125. Duk, tak, duk, duk, tak. And then the crowd was like, oh, they were listening. They were listening. Na nung binanggit ko na yung mga name droppings ko, like Mercedes-Benz, Ana, this Karen, this Tanya, this Jill, lahat sila nakatira sa San Lorenzo. Believe me, Pia, yung kisame, yung roof or kisame was about to fall down sa lakas ng sigawan.
Nakarelate.
Yeah, and then, yung boss ko was looking at me, nakanganga, parang, ano pa? And then, sumedya siya sa akin, oh, good. You know what happened? Binalik niya yung 100.
Ay, panalo. So, di bumalik agad yung 100. Tibay ng loob ni Andrew E., di ba? Grabe. So, nung una naming napakinggan yung kantang yun, kami ng mga kaibigan ko, sabi namin, totoong tao kaya sina Ana, Karen, Tanya, at Jill? Or wala?
They were.
They were. So, may mga
And the Ana is also true. Because there was an Ana at that time, tinatakas niya yung Mercedes-Benz ng tatay niya.
Artista ba yun?
No.
Okay.
Kasi remember at the time, 1990, nag-artista ako 1991 pa eh.
Okay.
So, mali yung thinking ng tao na it was Ann Roses. No,
Yes.
hindi.
Yun yung naalala ko eh. Akala ng lahat ng tao.
It was Ana from Sanlo na anak ng isang general. O yan,
Tapos
name drop ako
Tapos tinatakas niya yung kotse ng tatay niya.
yung bench ng tatay niya.
Wow! Imagine that. So, this just proves, Andrew, na your target market spans all audiences, di ba? Pero,
May I add to that? That's correct. Not just that. To be frank and sharp, the masa was never my crowd at first. Kasi I was rapping and MCing on expensive clubs and discos. So walang masa dun eh. Walang masa dun. I started at Zigzag in 86 and then climb up to Stargazer. And then there was Zigzag. And then there was Rumors, if you can remember. No?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I remember.
Yeah, Rumors. And then there was Odyssey. There was Odyssey. And then there was one more, but I can't recall the name. Pero puro mga high-end clubs and all that. So doon nag-spread ang name ko talaga at first. From 86 to 87 to 88, 89, 90. Kaya nung 90, nakarating na yung name na Andrew E. sa mga college students. Because malikot na ako at that time. At that time, kumakanta na ako sa Saints ko, kumakanta na ako sa Papua, na yung mga nagpe-perform na ako sa mga festivals nila and all that. That's why, nagkakaroon na sila ng chance na mag-bootleg ng mga cassette tape ko. Mga performances ko in Euphoria at that time. Kasi pa lang nung araw, right? So, but then, the masa came only after I went out with my album. Kasi that was the vehicle for me to ride on para marinig ako ng buong Pilipinas. So,
sa radyo, ganyan.
The Philippines heard me 91 pa. But the rich people and the alta sociedad happy to know me already way longer than that or even
before.
Yeah.
Pero yung time na nag-DJ kayo, Sir Andrew, gusto niyo na talaga, parang ang goal niyo talaga was to become a rapper singer already or bata ka pa lang ba? Ito na yung pinagtatrabahuan mo?
That's correct. Siguro, I don't know, maybe parang serving as my entry point kasi syempre, how nga can you enter the showbiz arena when you don't have any contacts and links in connections, right? I'm poor at that. So the only thing I have is talent. And at that time naman, my talent was so strange to everyone because at the time, walang nang gumagawa nun or maybe si Francis M. pa lang gumagawa nun. How can the people appreciate you when they don't know what you're doing? Na, kasi pag nag-rap ka, for example, nag-rap ka, I'll listen to everybody. Wow. Pag narinig ka nag-rap ng ganyan, at that time, iisipin kasi raulo ka.
Hindi mo kasi iisipin na it's a song.
Hindi nila isipin it's a song. No. Because you're not singing.
Oo.
Di ba?
Okay.
Listen, para ka nagsasalita. paano kung binubulong mo lang, mas lalong malala, 'di ba? Ibig sabihin nun,
Okay.
nagsasalita ka ng mag-isa, you know what I mean? So, ang Pilipino at the time cannot appreciate
Mhm.
zero balance, you know? So, for me, what's the hardest part? I don't look like a celebrity. I don't look like an artista. I'm not mestizo. At that time, I'm ordinary looking guy. So that's the hardest part. Combine all of them, then the question is, how can you be? The only way to do that is to elementalize yourself, being as an element, being as someone na nagpupursige, meaning yung initiative mo so big na makikita ka ng tao na marirealize nila, ano ba pinaglalaban itong taong to? You know, like, why? I mean, like, he looks ordinary. He's not good looking. He doesn't look like a model. He doesn't look anything to some sort of that. And yet, bakit very aggressive siya mag-audition, inuubos ko lahat sila, and yet I don't pass. And
Mhm.
yet I don't get accepted. And yet I get rejected. So what's with me? It's the only hope of someone, somebody, some company, I don't know, some entity, I don't know, who will recognize what I'm doing. Because at that time, I cannot blame the people. I cannot blame the industry because they don't know yet of what I'm doing.
Iba rin yung perseverance mo.
I kept on going. I kept on going. I
Oo.
kept on going. And then sooner or later may mapapatit. Sooner or later may magka-catch attention. So,
Mhm.
but that is not guaranteed at that
Oo.
time. So I
Oo.
said, the only way to do that is panaka-naka, slowly,
Oo.
little by little, inch by inch. Nag-DJ muna, right? DJ lang muna so that people can see me, so that
Yeah.
people can hear me. They can witness what I'm doing. And at that time, early on, 87, 88, Pia, believe me, nag-hype na ako ng crowd. What I'm doing now, I was doing 38 years ago.
Were you always musically inclined? Is it from the influence of your parents, siblings? What kind of music were you listening to at a very young age?
There's two kinds of music. Nag-start ako black music. Early 70s, the Commodores. Yan yung talaga.
Ano yun, you stumbled upon it or
No,
naririnig mo
sa radio.
Okay.
Ganun. Kasi radio lang ang means namin at the
Oo.
time. We were so poor. Radio lang ang means namin at the time. And then came Wild Cherry. And Wild Cherry was 1977, I think. Ganyan. 78, 79. Yun, Wild Cherry. Then, yung Tagalog rock, yung Pinoy rock, dumating yon at that time. So, yung mga Mike Hanapol, Mara Cafra,
Yeah.
ganyan, Juan de la Puzban, ganyan. And then came the Manila Sound in 79 again. So, the Cinderella and all that, the Boyfriends and all that, the Hot Dogs and all that. So,
Oo.
yun. Nagsama-sama yon, then the production was me.
When you decided to do this, you were really parang set na ito yung magiging career mo. Wala kang ibang
Yeah.
options.
Oo.
Oo.
In fact, I'm not eagerly targeting to be a movie actor at the time because I know it's definitely impossible. So, ang target ko lang is to be a rapper and to be an artist, make music and make some wax. Wax means, like records, like vinyl.
Oo.
Yun lang ang habol ko because at that time, syempre, yun lang din ang alam namin na available. Pero hindi ko alam na along the way, Boss Vic and Viva will create a movie actor coming from me na an Andrew E. name and then introduce ako sa masa. So that strengthened my name. Kasi coming from the Andrew E., the elite, came down to the masa side as a movie actor, as a comedian. Yun. And then, binudburan ako ng maraming leading ladies, magagandang leading ladies at the time. So, yun. At one point in the 90s, I had a tagline on a newspaper. And I can readily recall it and because I'm so fond of it. Andrew E., the most kissed actor in the Philippines.
Sa dami na naging leading lady.
Yeah. Diba?
At
The
lahat ng
irony of it
leading
all,
lady
diba?
maganda.
The irony of it all, diba? The irony na yung nangyayari sa akin sa movie ay pinapangarap ng lahat ng magagandang lalaki.
Si Andrew E. ang nagwagi. Now that you have been in the industry for more than 30 years, would you say it gets tiresome at sometimes? Hindi ka ba napapagod at any point?
Stay updated with Nelson Canlas,
Nabasted ka na ba?
No?
Oh, ako with confidence ha.
the online source for anything showbiz.
Teka muna Ray ha, meron akong sorpresa sa iyo.
Hello?
Ay!
The latest celebrity news bago pa kumalat para sa ating mga updaters.
7 months mo kinim-kim ito. Bakit ngayon mo lang nailabas?
Aga kong biyak.
Pakitanong po kung ang reason ng breakup ni Carla.
Wow, talagang diretso ha.
Ipagpatuloy mo yung prinsipyo na sa gagawin mo. Huwag kang manakit. Be fair and be grateful.
Updated with Nelson Canlas.
Now that you have been in the industry for more than 30 years, would you say it gets tiresome at sometimes? Hindi ka ba napapagod at any point?
You know what? That's a very popular question now with me. Hindi ka ba napapagod? Pia, be shocked with my answer. Kung ang tanong mo is, hindi ka ba napapagod because all these years you've been doing the same thing? Pia, I haven't started yet. I haven't started yet. First of all, I have no Hollywood movie yet.
That's a goal.
In terms of achievement, wala pa ako nun. So, please, let me know. I'm still dreaming of it? No. It's still on my bucket list, you know what I mean? Marasa dinami-dami na nagawa ko. But then, for me, talagang parang wala pa ako nagagawa. Always remember, di ba? A person who gets tired by the eyes but feels so fresh by the heart is still the same person who wants to start first.
Well, that's a great attitude to keep you motivated and to keep you, going in the industry, di ba?
Yeah.
Especially in a very competitive industry. I was wondering, in all your years, who do you feel was your, not rival, but maybe biggest, parang frenemy? Hindi naman frenemy, competitor, I guess. Parang kanino ko ba laging minamatch?
Hindi ako makapinpoint ng arena where I can identify what you're talking about. Meaning, sana kasi maka-pick out ako ng arena where yung arena na yon will be me and that kind of what you're talking about. Like a competitor. Kasi I feel, as a humble person, I feel wala akong competitor. Wala akong competitor. Why? Look, nung pumasok ako ng 1990 and I had the album Humanap Ka ng Pangit, hindi pinaramdam sa akin ng competitor. Why? Because after 10 days, I went platinum straight up. So, hindi ko naramdaman, hindi pinaramdam sa akin ng taong bayan. No, not kalaban, but hindi pinaramdam sa akin ng taong bayan, yung the surging of how it feels like na, na tagkiliking ka tao kagad or maybe the slow part of it. Wala, hindi nila pinaramdam eh. After 10 days platinum, 40,000 copies. So wait, this is sabihin nila, teka, so, are you going second platinum? Oh yes, wait for it. So the next time around, second platinum. The next time around, third platinum. The next time around, fourth platinum. So, hold on, sandali. I mean, sandali, dahan-dahan lang kasi ninanamnam ko pa eh. It was so fast. Why? Because our kababayan, talagang sinuportahan nila yung kanta ko because they identified with my song really bad. I mean, bad means good. Really bad, right? So, meaning, sinuportahan nila. Kaya sa overwhelming support na nangyari, hindi ko na naramdaman yung I'm compared with this guy, I'm compared with that guy, I'm compared with this. Hindi ko naramdaman yun kasi, teka, platinum na ako, wait, sandali, dating pala yung award ko ng first platinum.
May isa na.
Ako ng Viva. Awarding tayo second platinum. Wait, sandali. Diba? So, at that time, how can you see a competitor in front of yourself? There's none. Hindi ba nung yung sinusuportahan ka na bilang rapper, Humanap Ka ng Pangit and all that, Ano for Medina and all that, yung naging platinum yung album mo and all that. Few weeks later, came Boss Vic and said, Andrew, movie actor kita. Gawin na natin habang hit pa yung Humanap Ka ng Pangit. So the first movie was Humanap Ka ng Pangit. So now, nung Humanap Ka ng Pangit, biglang blockbuster naman. How can I teach myself na, look, you have a competitor in the name of black. Kasi paglabas ng movie, blockbuster naman kaagad. Hindi mo lang kami nakakita ng, yung tinapat na movie gano'n. Then, all of a sudden, nakikita mo sa takilya, nagko-compete. Walang gano'n. Paglabas ng movie, nanood ang mga tao, blockbuster kaagad. Then, Andrew, I'll sign you 8 movies. So, again, everything was happening so fast for me. Come back to your question. Did you have any competitor? I have none.
All alone, di ba? All
I
alone
have
up
none.
there.
I have none, yeah.
So, are there songs that you
Pero,
truly...
of course, merong tinatawag na co-rapper.
yes, of
Which is
course.
Francis
Mga kasama sa
Magalona.
industriya. Yes.
Yeah,
Uh,
pero hindi competitor.
Oo.
Hindi competitor kasi nga hindi na
You help
hindi
each
mo na
other
nakita
din.
hindi mo na nakita
Oo.
yung competition, hindi mo nakita, walang
Oo.
ganun. But
But-
we are friends. Ito yung just to make it sure and make it concrete, sa show mo sasabihin ko first time, ang wrong notion ng Pilipinas na kami ay hindi magkakilala because he came out with an album, I came out with an album. Patutunayan ko po sa inyo na hindi totoo yun na hindi kami magkakilala. Kasi hindi pa siya naglalabas ng album. Ni-requestan na niya ako 1988, as early as 1988. Ni-requestan niya ako na kung pwede gumawa ko ng lyrics para sa kanta niya. That means magkaibigan na kami, magkakilala kami, even 2 years before na lumabas ang album niya and lumabas yung album ko. So 2 years is like 24 months. That long, magkakilala na po kami. So no one can tell in front of me na kaya kami nagkakilala, kaya kami nagkita, kaya kami nagkatapat dahil because of yung album niya and album ko. Hindi po totoo yun.
Pre-album pa lang, magkaibigan na pala kayo.
So there was no competition at that time.
Oo. So you were writing there. Sabi mo kanina, nagkakilala kayo ni Francis M because he asked you to write lyrics for him. Did you end up writing something for him?
I did. Nagpasa ako sa kanya. And lo and behold, the song was Christmas Hip Hop.
Oh.
But that Christmas Hip Hop was released. I don't know what happened. Okay, because syempre it was released like years ago na after. So hindi ko na alam. And hindi rin niya alam yung nangyari sa akin na I was secretly recording. Ako din, di ko rin alam na he was secretly recording his album. So he came out with an album, I got surprised. I came out with an album, he got surprised. Di ba? Kasi hindi na kami nag-uusap at the time. Lalong contact at the time. So the only contact was 88. And then 88, nagbigay ako ng lyrics sa kanya tungkol about Christmas or what or whatsoever. Then lumabas yun sa Man from Manila na. Yun na I soon found out na lumabas yung kanta Man from Manila. Nilabas pala niya. Okay.
When he asked you to write the lyrics, to write lyrics for him, magkakilala na kayo because nagkikita kayo sa, I don't know, mga
But he was
clubs?
a street dancer. I was a street dancer at that time.
Okay.
86. He was a break dancer. I was a break dancer too. His group was Spindicate. I forgot. Spindicate. Ako naman, ang grupo ko naman is Ground Control. Kasama ko ng mga taga-IS. Kaya nga meron IS. You know, di ba? So, yun ang group ko. So, nagkakilala kami sa Glorieta as a street dancer. Then, nung nagkakilala na kami, few time from that, bigla sinabi niya na, baka gusto mong do lyrics for me, maybe 8 rhymes for me. Baka gumawa ko ng kanta. Then sinabi niya album, gumawa ko ng kanta entitled Christmas Hip Hop. Sabi ko, kung saan ang lyrics. So, well, bahala ka. Basta all about your kind of Christmas. Okay. So, ginawa ko yan in Makati. Ginawa ko yan. Then, pinasa ko yan sa kanya sa Mandaluyong. Kasi doon siya nakatira.
Parang laman ka ng Makati, di ba? Glorieta, San Lorenzo-ville, IS.
Yeah. Kasi at that time, you really are breaking the norm of having yourself introduced to people. First as a street dancer, second as a DJ and an MC, and then third probably as a performer. So, yun yung wala na hindi available at the time kasi wala naman social media, di ba?
Oo.
Our social
Actual
media,
networking.
Yeah. Our social media was the street. It was the street. Our cell phone was the lansangan. Yun ang cellphone namin.
Oo.
And our followers are the people who watch the street dancing.
I was wondering though if there are songs na until now you still enjoy doing, and are there songs na parang pwede ba iba na lang i-request niyo sa akin, gano'n?
Hindi. I'm so kind to people, no? Na whatever song na ipagawa mo sa akin or ipakanta mo sa akin, perform mo sa akin, I oblige, easily, wholeheartedly, masaya ako. Wala yung tipong, alam mo, nakakaano ng kantahin yan something like that. Hindi. All my songs, I love them all. All my songs are a part of my struggle in life. Kaya all of them, I treat them as my best friend. Lalo na yung humarap ka ng pangit. lalo na yung Banyo Queen.
Yung Banyo Queen, sabi mo kay Boy Abunda, ikaw yon.
Yeah, because kasi the essence of Banyo Queen is create a song na kapag kinanta or ginamit ng tao, they will be transformed into a very happy, exciting, festive mood. That was my requirement to do that song. Pero imagine me on that same day and age when I did that song. It was around year 98 of December. It was 1998 of December. It was the downest part of my life. I was so lonely with nobody in Japan, all alone by myself, making hanap buhay, alone in the condo of my boss, Yukiyo Tobita. Shout out to you, boss. The loneliest part, no girlfriend, no nothing. Imagine that loneliness na ang requirement ko, please, Andrew, I'm talking to myself, create the most happy song they will ever hear. That was created. Banyo Queen.
Wow! Imagine that, no? Out of your darkest moment comes this happy song. But hold on, sabi mo you were in Japan. Hindi ko alam na tumira ka pala sa Japan.
Yeah, 97, 98, 99.
At that time, anong ginagawa mo doon?
Kasi remember, at that time, 97, di ba pinasok na ang Pilipinas ng piracy? So,
Okay.
a lot of actors, a lot of singers, bands, walang hanap buhay, walang contract, no, zero, nothing, right? So, because of piracy. So, syempre, lahat downslide. What can you do? In the Philippines, none. Kung meron man, it's the TV. But if you don't have anything to do about the TV, then you're out. So, naghanap ako ng greener pasture. And the country I found out was Japan. So, I started going to Japan and then started performing there every day, every night, for 6 straight days in the whole week. Or 3 straight months. Straight yun, as in straight. Pahinga mo lang ang Sunday. But sa Sunday, meron pang tumatawag sa'yo, saying, pwede ka ba kumanta sa binyagan? Pwede ka ba kumanta sa kasalan? Yes, of course, kasi kailangan ko ng hanap buhay. So, the whole 9 years of 9 months or 3 months, okay, yun, dire-diretso. Then, uuwi ka ng Philippines, 5 days, recreate your visa again, then come back. Ganun yun for 3 straight years. Ganun katindi.
Dito po ba kayo lumaki sa Manila?
Yeah, sa Donggalo, Parañaque. That's why I did Donggalo Records. I opened up a company, rap label named Donggalo Records.
Yes, that's right. And you actually have artists under your label, di ba?
Yeah.
Where did this idea to have your own record label come from?
Kasi I have the feeling na they can take me away from Donggalo as a movie actor, as a rapper, and sikat na rapper na ako, o na sumikat na akong movie actor. They can take me away from Donggalo, but they can never take Donggalo away from me. That's why, nung sumikat ako, Donggalo, the word, is the one na sinama ko together with me para maka-create ng Donggalo Records. Parang pay homage to your home.
Di ba, now your kids are all grown up and also parang very interested in the music industry. Kasama mo ba sila in the label?
No. Kasi hindi pa naman talaga sila fully fledged artist. Hindi pa naman. May panganay, 4D, creates here and there, mga songs, singles and all that. Pero slowly, but surely, he's getting there. Diba? And then yung mga anak ko naman na iba, si Jasly and si Ichiro, they like rap. They perform with me on stage, right? In other countries. But for now, they're not keen of doing songs and singles and all that. Kasi they're into school. Diba? Heavily into school. So, yun lang muna for the meantime. Yeah.
How old is 4D na po ba?
22. He just graduated.
Fresh grad pa pala. Wow, congratulations kay 4D.
Thank you.
And with the amount of time you've spent in the industry, what are the biggest similarities and differences that you can see from before and now?
Similarity, people can readily identify that easily. Pero ito yung mahirap na gusto kong i-exemplify sa kanila na hindi nila napapansin. Like, kasi may kasabihan tayo na ano man yung napapansin mo, huwag mo na sabihin sa kapwa kasi napapansin na nila yun eh. Makakatulong ka sa kapwa kung yung mga hindi nila napapansin, yun ang sasabihin mo sa kanila. Makakatulong ka lalo. So, ano yung tinutukoy ko na itutulong? Kasi ganito, long time ago, maybe 34 years ago, maybe like 40 years ago, ang ways and means palagi ng industry is napakahirap sumikat. The hardest part of being what you are at that time is to be popular. That's the hardest. Not only that, the hardest part to get there is first to be introduced. That's probably much harder. Or equal to that is the hardest again is to be discovered, di ba? So, being discovered, mahirap. Ma-introduce ka to the Philippines, napakahirap. And then yung sumikat, mas lalong mahirap. Pero, ang reward nun, pag ikaw naman sumikat at nagkaroon ka ng chance sumikat, it will be guaranteed long, mahaba. Now, talk about now. Ma-discover, madali. Magpipindot ka lang ng elevator, mababiral ka na. Gumawa ka lang ng kalokohan sa internet, sa Facebook, sa whatever, sa TikTok, ma-discover ka na. Sisikat ka? Yes. But ito ang reverse reward. Pero give it 1 week, laos ka na. Kasi sa sobrang daling sumikat ngayon, it's available for everyone. Everyone can be sikat at any given moment. So, give it 1 week or give it just overnight. Tomorrow, there will be another person trying to outlunch you. 1 week again, there will be another viral person against you. Short-lived ng kasikatan. Yun ang counter reward. For me, as a lesson for that, kung ngayon ka, panahon na ito, sisikat, make sure you reinvent yourself. 2, you refresh yourself. And 3, you reset yourself all the time. And make sure you do things ahead of people. Make sure you do things ahead of everyone. And you make sure you do things that are so unique to everyone.
That's great advice. And coming from you, Andrew E., who is a rapper, musician, businessman as well. Of course, aside from being a father and all, now that you have all this experience and you're able to manage all these roles, which do you think is the toughest? Being a rapper, being a businessman? Kasi kailangan binabalanse yung dalawang yun, di ba?
Pinakamahirap talaga is for people to cling on to you, love you, support you, and appreciate you for the longest time. Yun ang pinakamahirap. Kasi you cannot buy people to like you. You cannot, make utos to them and say, hey, like me all the time, like me every day. Kahit nga sa Facebook, hindi ka nila like all the time. Minsan nga, nagpo-post ka na, hindi pa rin nila nakikita yung post mo, So, ibig sabihin, pag gano'n ang situation, make sure na be yourself as you are all the time and make sure talaga you count your blessings. That's the one. Kasi guaranteed, if you have blessings, minsan there's none. So when you count it and faith sees you counting it and God sees you counting your blessing, God will appreciate you back. Di ba? Pero kung nakikita niya hindi ka nagbibilang ng blessings mo kahit gaano katiting, kahit gaano kaliit, kahit gaano kakonti yung blessing, at hindi ka niya nakikita nagbibilang ka, then siguro pag wala namang blessing, baka hindi ka na rin magbilang just the same. Yun ang ibig ko sabihin. So, the best outlook in life is to really count your blessings and make sure you appreciate them. Just like the way you appreciate it for your own family, for yourself, and for your community. Yun ang number one. Kasi there's nothing in life. For me, there are only 2 or 3 things in life. Achieve things, live life, and serve God. Those 3. These 3 are the super keys to make you happy. Other than that, there's not. Guaranteed, sa mga nakita ko sa tao, millions of tao na same story, same old story, like a movie, same old story. Nakita ko na yan, napanood ko na yan. Repeated, itong 3 ang guarantee. Achieve things in life, live life, and serve God.
Well, that's great advice. And you really are truly blessed, Sir Andrew. Nakikita naman namin yan in the way things are in your career as a musician, your career as a businessman. Tama po ba yung sinasabi nila that you're one of the first Pinoy shareholders na Facebook? Tama po ba yun?
May I rephrase? The only Filipino in the Philippines.
Okay. Yeah. Only
Shareholder of
Pinoy in the
Facebook.
Philippines na shareholders
Kasi
sa Facebook.
kasi kung merong isang Filipino nandito sa Pilipinas na shareholder din, he will tell me, hey, shareholder din ako. Wala akong
Wala pa.
nakikita. Wala akong nakikita. Pero meron mga Filipinos abroad na shareholder.
Oo.
Meron.
Pero matagal na po ba kayong shareholder?
Pero ako yung among the first.
Wow.
Okay? Why? Because I hold an A+, shareholding. Ibig sabihin nun, I have the power to vote.
Wow! Okay.
Yeah, I have the power to
Ganun
vote.
karami yung shares.
Pag merong shareholders meeting every year sa San Francisco, tapos merong resolve. Kanyari, resolve, for example. Resolve, magpapapasok tayo ng mga outsider na maraming shares pero ililimit natin ang vote nila. Resolve, yes or no? Or
So, boboto
resolve,
ka.
magdagdag tayo ng another person for the board. Resolve. Ganon, boboto ka. So, very few yung merong ganong A+ na
Oo.
privilege, and
Wow.
I'm one of those.
Wow. So, did you decide on your own that you wanted to invest in Facebook long ago, or may nag-advise sa'yo na, uy, parang okay to?
May nag-advise sa akin na friend ko from America.
Okay.
Sabi niya, Drew, I have something for you. Sabi ko, ano yun? Next week, Facebook will buy Instagram. Okay?
Oh.
So, pag bili nila ng Instagram, maybe, I'm thinking, sabi niya, maybe, it's hey time for you to get in. Kasi pag binili na nila yan, baka magbago na yan. You know? Okay. So, sige. So, research. Then, naka-find ako ng way. To have that. So, yung mga na-accumulate kong mga pera bilang artista or performer, whatever, nung araw, inano ko talaga. Ininvest ko talaga. After nung binili nila yung Instagram, they closed Facebook. Nung naging popular na you can see it in the internet kapag ginugol mo, Facebook buys Instagram. That was the year. So, nung binili nila yun, sinara nila. Nala kami inside. Nala kami kasi nandun na kami, nakabili na kami. So, it so happened na naging popular ngayon yung Facebook kasi syempre, binili na niya yung competitor niya. Number one competitor ng Facebook at the time was Instagram. So, binili na. So, all the people are lodging to get in. Pero sarado, sinara. Nung sinara naman, iwan kami sa loob. At that time, Facebook was $38 per share. So, nung $38, nagtanungan na kami ngayon. Not me, but, certain people like me, na nasa loob. Ano bang product ng Facebook? Ano bang tangible product ng Facebook? Meron ba yung cellphone? May darating ba kayong ganyan? Cellphone, blah, blah, blah. No. Sabi niya, it's just a social media platform. Oh, no tangible product? No. Naglabasan yung iba, nag-pull outan ng pera. Pag pull out, bumagsak ang Facebook from 38 to 32. Then, syempre, ito na ngayon, nagbentahan ngayon yung mga tao. Ako, I remain steadfast, and I believe that it can grow again. It can grow back. Pero nag-alala din ako, syempre, but at a certain point, nag-alala ako. But naniwala ako na, no. Kasi may gut feel ako,
Wow! Grabe, so meron ka palang keen sense of not just the music industry, pati business, pati negosyo, di ba? So,
Yeah.
great career advice from you, Sir Andrew. I learned so much from you today
Thank you.
about the music industry, pag na negosyo. And of course, I think ang takeaway ko talaga from this interview is the value of persistence and hard work. Dahil nakita namin yun sa'yo. And we see it until now, which is really inspiring.
Thank you. I appreciate
Oo.
it so much. Yeah.
But Sir Andrew, before we wrap things up, we have a short game prepared for you.
Nakakadalawang tanong ka pa lang, ha?
Isa pa nga lang joke lang. 1.5. And then Sir Andrew, ito, we have a short game for you. I'll read the mechanics kasi surprise game po ito. It's a rhyme game. So magbibigay po ako ng salita and then you have to give me isang salita na may katugma. So you give me a rhyming word to whatever word I will give you. And then explain lang if it has any relevance sa'yo. Okay, so our first word, syempre, how can we pass up this word? The first word is rapper.
Pinakamahirap. Rapper.
Oh, wow, what rhymes with rapper? Para pang Family Feud. Magbigay ng salita na nag-rhyme sa rapper.
Wow. Ang hirap niya na. Ang hirap niya kasi very delicate yung word na yan eh. Like, rapper. Oh, like, here's the word. Dapper.
Nice. Because of course,
Dapper.
ikaw ay dapper. Hindi lang, you're a dapper rapper.
Yeah, like a dapper rapper, but yeah, I consider myself as a dapper dad.
Oh, that's nice.
Dapper
Ganda.
dad. Like, like I dress up for occasion and things like that. But I maintain my simplicity all time.
Nice. Okay, sige. Next is Paranaque.
Alam mo, baka hindi na sila maniwalang rapper ako eh. Kasi nahihirapan ako mag-create ng mga rhymes for you.
May disclaimer ako, hindi galing sa akin tong mga words na to.
Paranaque.
Yes.
Okay, umaatake.
Nice.
Right? Because
Bilis mo na.
yeah, because as a Paranaque boy, when we see competition, we attack. Ganyan.
Hindi umaatras sa laban.
Yeah.
Dapper rapper na umaatake sa Paranaque. How about the word kanta? Ayan,
Yeah?
mas madali. Kanta.
Just like me again, Sinta.
Lover boy, ganon.
Sinta, meron akong kanta at meron akong kanta para sa aking Sinta.
Nice. You're a lover, not a fighter. How about platinum?
Platinum. Mahirap i-rhyme yan eh. No, I'm not
Oo.
saying mahirap, but you know,
Oo.
in a song, mahirap i-rhyme yan na medyo mapapagtali mo kagad.
Oo.
So, that's the reason why rappers don't tease themselves using that word.
Mm.
But I did that. I crossed the line and I did that year 2000 when I did Much More Wholesome. Yeah, Much More Wholesome, the album, the second album from Sony Philippines. Instead of saying in the song Platinum, I said Plat I-N-U-M. No, Plat I-N-U-M. So I said Plat I-N-U-M and then I rhymed it with the word Plat I-N-U-M, hit them. Yon, parang ganon, hit them. So hindi ko ginamit yung platinum. But of course, I use the word platinum, but kinat ko
May
short.
creative
Yeah.
way around it, work around. Nice. Okay. And how about this for our last na lang? Last word. How about pamilya? Mga hindi siya pang rhyme ng kanta eh, no?
Sa'yo ba galing yan?
Hindi po, promise.
Kasi kung sa'yo galing yan, you're a wordsmith, you know?
No.
You know? Pamilya. Okay, takilya. Ang pamilyang nanonood sa sinihan, gumagawa ng takilya.
Nice. Perfect score for Mr. Andrew E.
Thank you.
Sir
Thank you.
Andrew, thank you so much again for surprising us today and for sharing all your stories with us. So truly inspiring. Maybe before we wrap things up, you'd like to invite everyone to catch your concert and
Oh,
also
yeah.
to find you on social media.
Oh yeah, thank you so much. First of all, syempre, you can follow me on Facebook, Andrew E Worldwide. Okay, and then you can follow me on Twitter, Andrew E_Dongalo. And then also you can find me on TikTok, Andrew E TikTok. Then I have my songs on Spotify. But mind you, yung wholesome album ko wala pa. So ikakarga ko yan for everyone's happiness. No. And then again, come December 11, Wednesday, all roads will lead to the New Frontier sa Araneta Center, mga kaibigan, for the Andrew E One Time for Your Mind, first time ever, major solo concert, mga kaibigan, with my guest stars, super guest stars, Miss Regine Velasquez Alcacid, Martin Rivera, of course, the concert king, Miss Heaven Peralejo, of course, Enigma, the master flip top, and of course, Salpakuta. So it will be a Las Vegas style of show. It will not be the usual Andrew E in the fiesta festivities. No. Hindi po ganon. Iba po ito. And we will have a treat for you, real treat. And abangan niyo po ang lahat ng mga surprise antics. Kasi when I say surprise antics, imagine me, 34 years of waiting to have a major solo concert. Ibig sabihin nun, 34 years ako nag-iisip kung paano ko i-entertain ng tao. Kami? So, yon, mga kaibigan, brought to you by Ticket One, mga kaibigan. And of course, right about now, tickets are selling like hotcakes at ticketnet.com.ph, mga kaibigan. So kindly show your love and support for the Andrew E Music, and we will in return show you my love on that day.
Thank you so much, Sir Andrew. We wish you all the best po. This surprise was planned by the team of Alan Ebora and Aubrey De Los Reyes, edited by Shirley Paghiligan with the amazing people of GMA Integrated News. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Till the next surprise!